I would say I'm very happy having Jankos on my team.
Okay, fair call, of course. Is Jankos the best jungler in the EU right now?
Yeah.
Without a question.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'm sitting here with GrabbZ from G2, who just beat his former team Rocket. Does it feel extra nice to get that win?
Not really. I mean, I'm over it. Was ex-colleagues, yeah, whatever. The win is important, so we got that one. So I'm happy.
Did you get to talk to like management staff after the game, or was it just like, okay, no, we just grabbed another win, bye?
I mean, you don't really talk to, like, they just lost, you know, so I want to go in there and like, hey guys, it's fine, like, just let me alone. I talked to Freddy sometimes afterwards and after different games, but yeah, when I just lost, I don't want to go there and like put my face in there and like, hey, I just won. So no.
Gotcha.
No, just let them alone. It's fine.
Okay. Did it feel weird to play against or to draft essentially against your former assistant coach, or?
It's always special because we both know each other better than other coaches. So like actually, I exactly knew how he's gonna react to certain picks, and I think he did the same way. So it was kind of weird. They were like, this is exactly how we planned the draft to go. This went too good. Maybe he did the same thing. And it's like, kind of weird, but I enjoy drafting against him, yeah.
Okay. Well, right now, G2 are on an insane winning spree. You just grabbed your 7th win in a row. Who is going to stop you guys? Fnatic tomorrow?
I really don't care who stops us in the season, as long as we keep improving and then going into the playoffs and going, hopefully, also into MSI. We show our real strength. So I don't really care if we have like a 10-game winning streak or we lose against some other team randomly. It's best of one. It can happen. The importance lies in the preparation and in the improvement we have as a team.
Doesn't it matter quite a bit to get that auto placement in the semifinals, though?
I mean, seeding, of course, matters, and you want to be first. I'm just saying I don't care about the win streak.
Okay.
Like, it's just a story that's good for fans, but I personally don't care. It gives players confidence as well, so it's not too bad, let's say. But yeah, in the end, it doesn't matter if we're first with a win streak or we're first with a different record. It's just important that we get our priorities straight, that we play the best way we possibly can, and then we see where it takes us.
Now, right now, G2 and Fnatic kind of look like the really strong two teams. Vitality have been dropping off as of recent. Splice today lost against the Unicorns of Love, and it feels like we have these two top-tier teams, and the rest is basically wildcard. Anyone can win there. Why do you think that is? Do you think that EU right now is really good, and like all teams are on a similarly good level, or is it that 8 out of 10 teams are on a similarly bad level kind of thing?
It's hard to say because of no comparison, and until like week 3 we were bad ourselves. So I don't want to be like, now suddenly we're good and we're all trash, you know. Every team tries to keep improving. I think we're just improving a bit faster than other teams. Also just because our players in G2 are very, very driven, so it's very easy for me as a coach to work with them. They might catch up at some point a bit, but I think us in Fnatic right now have the lead and will keep it as well. I don't think anybody, like I don't think a third challenger will approach. I think Schalke will play better than they do right now, and Misfits as well. But yeah, I think clearly in the final it should be Fnatic and us.
Pretty straightforward there. Now, there has been a bit of a discussion because we've seen the first like power rankings. Deficio saying, oh no, Perkz is the best in general. Medic does his dissected by the numbers thing, where he said that Wanda actually by the stats is the best player in the ULC. It's not just top laner, but player. Does the team internally care about that, or is it like just some random stuff for you guys?
I mean, there's some banter going around internally, but in the end, everybody knows that for somebody to shine, somebody else has to suck it up. Like, let's say against Rocket this game, I mean, I don't think the fans saw it yet, but the damage numbers will be insane for Perkz. Like, he will have, like, I think, 500 damage of Yanan. But that's just because Yanan was sitting in mid, clearing waves, so that Perkz can push the sideline. And that's something fans often miss, and also these stats don't reflect. And that's just something how a team works, you know? Like, if somebody shines, somebody has to do the dirty work. And I think in this team, everybody's actually willing to do that. They don't care for them individually. It's just as long as you win, they will do whatever it takes.
So, let's say, theoretically, G2 wins, again, the spring split, and you guys go to MSI. Yeah. Which teams from other regions, specifically NA and LCK, would you prefer or would you really like to face in general? Are there like any teams that you've always looked up to and you really wanted to play against?
Honestly, I don't care, again, because we look at ourselves and I think we have a strict idea how the game League of Legends should be played. and that's what we strive for. If we do it correctly, we win against whoever comes, but we're not there yet, not even close, right? There's still so much we can improve on. But I must say I would really like to meet Echo Fox, just because I'm on a very good basis with the coach. And we almost worked together as well going into the split. So yeah, like meeting him and stomping him on MSI would be pretty nice, yeah.
So did you almost join Echo Fox, or did Inero almost join G2?
Who knows?
Okay. Little secrets going on here, but okay. That would be very exciting for sure. And I mean...
who says we would have gone to either of those teams?
Oh, maybe
the first EU coaches in Korea? Who knows?
Oh, boy. Speaking of Korea, though, you say that you just focus on yourself, you just mind your own business and stuff. Aren't there like any Korean teams or Korean players you look to?
I mean, of course, the first team, right? You want to play against the best team. I don't care if it's going to be Kingzone or KSV or KT. I really don't care. It's just matching up against the best teams is always something special, and that's what we're going to look forward to, hopefully. But yeah, like I don't really mind which team it is. It's just the best team in Korea, playing against them and seeing where we actually stack up with our current form.
Now, speaking of Korean top-tier teams, you do know that there was a very, very rough rumor, and it almost turned into a meme, but Peanut allegedly was somewhat in talks with G2 at one point, or it was a complete Reddit rumor maybe. What do you think of that? Like, what would you say to the situation that you potentially get to coach Peanut all of a sudden?
I would say I'm very happy having Jankos on my team.
Okay, fair call, of course. Is Jankos the best jungler in EU right now?
Yeah.
Without a question?
Yeah.
What do you think of Gilius thinking otherwise?
Gilius is entitled to his opinion. I like him personally, but yeah, sometimes he opens his mouth a bit too much. I hope he learned his lesson last week. If not, then we play them again, and or we can show him again where he stands and where we are standing. So, yeah.
Oh boy, you're reserving the talk for the in-game performance, essentially. You're not talking, you're just letting...
why should I? I'm the coach, right? Like, if Jankos and Gilius want to banter, they can do it. I think it was clearly shown last week as well who's the better jungler, who's the better team right now. And sure, if he wants to challenge, he can do it. We play again the last week of the LCS, and then we'll see.
Interesting. Now, one last question, since you did mention that you specifically would like to see Echo Fox besides meeting the coach, of course. Huni is a very popular figure in the League of Legends community in general. Wouldn't you almost be odd to go up against a player like that potentially?
People like Huni, and he's a very good player, but he's also very mechanical. That means in a region, and generally, like because he has this insane record in a regular split, if he meets players who are not matching up to his mechanical level, he's very good at punishing them. Also with his oddball picks like Lucian top, whatever.
Which was invented by Cabochard?
I don't know who did it. I don't know. But he's also shown clearly that he's not always the smartest player. That means if he actually hits a wall and somebody's actually fighting back with him, then he's very prone to making a big mistake. So I don't look out to him specifically, no.
So at the start of last summer split, I believe it was, when G2 had to sub in Sendu and...
when we lost with Rocket, yeah.
Yeah. When you were still with Rocket, yeah.
I know, okay, man. There was something.
Felt good.
It was amazing.
In general, though, there's this kind of odd thing in League of Legends, and I say odd because we're so used to it in football, that you don't really have substitutes at all. I know that like FlyQuest are kind of using it right now, but G2 had to in that situation due to several, I think, visa issues it was. What's your personal take? Should teams be encouraged to grab substitutes and potentially play them, or should you always run with the same roster?
I mean, from the sporter perspective, of course. Like, there will be an improvement if you have a 10-man and somebody can challenge you in a position. It's just, we're still businesses as well. And the effort to have a 10-man roster, the extra cost, might not be offset and not be met with sponsor expectations and actually how much we get in return. So in an A right now with a franchise, and they have more revenue to do that. So they should feel free to do it, and I think it's really good to do. It's just something I can understand that the EU teams don't want to do it quite yet. But hopefully in the future, just as a region, we will see that having a 10-man roster with actually, the players can't always be equal, right? But having multiple players down you, below you, and who are mechanically good will challenge you, and that will just elevate your performance too. So I hope that we as a region will notice that soon and change that.
And of course, partnership system is coming to Europe at the start of next year, so we'll be excited to see that.
Okay.
Most of us, I guess.
Could be, yeah.
Well, like is there anything you would like to say to the G2 fans out there?
No, thanks. Nothing special, but thanks again for supporting us. I hope, I mean, the last interview was after week 4, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So right now we have a good win streak going. I hope you're satisfied with that. And I hope we can bring even better gameplay soon, because there were still some mistakes here and there, but we're willing to improve, and we keep improving, and then we hopefully make you proud at the bigger tournaments.
We'll be very excited to potentially see G2 in Copenhagen. Until then, this was GrabbZ from G2 and Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you guys had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that interview. This is a generic end card, so make sure to click here for another interview or here for a different interview. And if you want to check out more content, specifically from the NALCS, make sure to visit theshotcaller.net for more interviews and other esports content. Have a good day.